Hi, welcome to Rancho Royale. I thought I'd show you my daily routine that I do during this coronavirus pandemic. I suggest that if you have the room, you try to emulate some of these things to keep your mood up and to keep your body moving and just for your good health, both mental and physical. I'm going to start out by giving you a little tour. This is what I do every day. I go and I review the ranch and see what state it's in and what's being done and what's not being done, and just the general state of things. So come on, jump in. Some of you might know this is my Doberman Nicky. I like to say she has 3 names. Her first name is Nicky, her second name is No, and her third name is Stop That. She's bred out of a kennel called Team Doberman in New York. Her father is a famous protection dog champion. Her mother is a show dog champion. And I'm very fortunate my wife and I were allowed to even purchase her. We had to go through quite an extensive interview and application process just to get one of these dogs. She's a super hybrid Doberman with all their best traits, super high prey drive, and she's a handful all the time. I would like to bottle her energy and sell it. One of the things I really love about Rancho Royale is all these old oak trees. I just love trees. I guess you could say I'm a real tree hugger. I love trees, and I've got an abundance of really nice oak trees on this ranch, which I really enjoy looking at every single day. This is our English arena here. That's one of our resident horse trainers there, and she's lunging that horse in slow motion, either warming him up or cooling him down as he's moving at a snail's pace. So we do all the English riding disciplines here, including dressage. That's one of the ranch offices. This is our stallion barn over here. It rained here quite a bit, so it's still muddy drying out, but I did quite a bit of excavating work here to improve the drainage and put in a 42-inch drainage pipe so the ranch doesn't flood anymore. So it dries out pretty quickly after a major rain. This is called my little jungle trail here. This used to all be overgrown, and when I bought this place, I spent 2 years now cleaning it up. It was really run down, or if you want to say it politely, massively deferred maintenance. But it's really coming back now. As you can see, the grass is growing very quickly. This is our dressage arena. This is our Western arena right here. That's Patrice there. She's a very famous Western trainer. Come on, Nick. Now I'll show you something that I'm quite proud of. But you might say, why is Lynn proud of this? Well, on this long winding creek road, there's a number of horse ranches, and I'm the only one that's invested in a manure barn. So every day, twice a day, we pick up the manure here. I mean, there's a lot of shit on this ranch, I can tell you. And we have it hauled away regularly. So, one, it's the right thing to do because I don't want it going into the river over here. And 2, I don't want the flies and the stink. So I brought in all these enormous concrete blocks and built this government spec manure bunker, they call it. And this is, we cover it up when it rains so it doesn't get residue washing into the river. And we haul it away at great expense. Now to my right is our neighbor's place. We call her the goat lady. As you can see, there's quite a bit of deferred maintenance. Now, we should call her the ex-goat lady, because the mountain lions came in and killed all our goats about a month ago. So mountain lions have killed almost every goat that's on every ranch on Creek Road now. So one morning she came out here and was exclaiming about the loss of her goats. Strangely, she's very anti-hunting, but I bet she'd wish she'd had a rifle and permission to shoot those mountain lions, because she was quite fond of her goats. I liked them too. They're nice, big, fat, black goats. Here we have the river bottom, and despite the rain, it's never got enough volume to keep water running it. You can see it's really done a lot for the scrub growth in there and the little tiny trees and stuff. It's really a blessing and a pleasure and a joy for me to look out at those hills every day. What I like is no one's ever going to build on those hills. So it's a vineyard that owns the property across the river. So at the worst there'll ever be is there'll be a vineyard there, which I like to look at. And it's just beautiful landscape to look at every day. Rancho Royale is 22 flat acres. When my wife and I were looking to buy ranches, because her passion is horses, we struggled to find property that was usable. There's a lot of property here that I could have bought that was a lot more acreage, thousands of acres, but I don't want to own just hills. There's very little flat ground. So this flat acreage here is really quite desirable. A lot of you think, well, 22 acres isn't much for a horse ranch. Well, it is in Ojai, California, where, you know, it's mega expensive per acre. I won't even tell you what an acre costs. We're at the back side of my ninja camp that's still a work in progress. Here we have sand and DG, decomposed granite, and we keep it covered so it doesn't melt away in the rain. And this is our horse trailer park. This end of the ranch has been massively cleaned up, although you can't really tell it now. It's reverting back a little bit. I have to get to work on this again. But when I bought this ranch, we took out 8 40-foot containers of scrap metal, 7 cars, a mini bulldozer, 2 boats, a hot tub, and a couple of destroyed motorhomes. So, oh, and a big truck, 40-foot truck trailer, and a crap load of scrap and mess that you wouldn't believe. Yeah, it was a big deal. Now I'm gonna take you through a quick jog through the English. Call this the English barn here. Come on, Nick. Hello, everybody. Hi. Hello. Hi, Lovey. Hi. Sounds kind of silly when I talk to horses and dogs, but a horse can tell right away if you like them or don't like them. They can tell by your tone of voice and your mannerisms whether you're a friend or foe. Some of them are a lot more skeptical than others, and some of them can be a little bit mean. There's some horses here, like Patron over here next to in my barn. You don't really want to feed him candy or cookies or anything by hand because he has a tendency to bite. He hasn't bit me yet, but biting me is never a good idea. He's probably smart enough to know that wouldn't be a good thing. Now we're gonna come down here to my fan club. I call these horses my fan club because when I'm out here shooting my bow, throwing my spear, doing footwork drills, hitting the lapel, quite often they all come out and I'll have 6 or 7 horses out here all watching me because, you know, they do get exercised every day, and those are big pins. We only offer 24 foot pins. We don't offer 12s because my wife and I want the horses to have the space to move around, but it's still kind of boring. So any activity is a break in monotony. So quite often I'll have a whole lot of fans out here watching. Oh, there's my wife, Bree.
My husband.
Yeah.
Oh, you're taking a picture of me with a mask on my face.
Yeah.
Sorry.
This is Bree's horse, Socks, because he's got 4 white socks.
Well, you got the back end. You have to see the front end.
Well, a lot of my viewers and friends might be horsemen or horsewomen or equestrians, if you will, and some of you aren't. So what Bree right now is she's getting all the dust and dirt off his coat, and then she's going to check his feet and pick out his hooves so there's no stones or manure and dirt stuck in the inside of his hooves. And when you do this, the horse loves this because it's like getting a massage, and it also gives you a really good chance to go over the horse and check for any wounds or injuries. You know, horses can injure themselves in the most imaginative ways. I can't even imagine how they do it sometimes. But the other day we had a horse here that had a piece of chain stuck in his mouth. How he got that, I don't know. But we got it handled right away. Now, Socks is quite the lover. I really love Socks. And he loves to get candy. What Socks really loves, you see this? He knows that sound. He knows it so well. Okay, better. You good boy, huh? You sweet boy, huh? Hey, want another one? There we go. He knows he always gets 2. He calls me the candy man, don't you, baby?
Yes, he does.
Am I the candy man? I love this horse. I just sold my horse Wyatt to a really good home in the Northwest, and I'm looking for another horse now for some of the events that I want to do. That's maybe a little bit more suitable. Wyatt was an awesome horse. Some of you may have seen him before. Beautiful Palomino quarter horse out of Texas. Very well bred. And you got a spanking good home that we're really happy with the owners. And he's getting great care and love, attention. He's getting out ridden a lot, so I'm really happy for him. So this is my wife's private barn, and we only accept certain horses in here.
Don't get it. Oh, that's good. One bite at a time. Okay. There you go. Eat that up. Thank you. Perfect placement. Oh.
Yes, you're gonna go out and have a good time riding here with your mommy, huh? Yes, you are.
Yes. More
Yes,
apple.
you are.
More apple.
Oh,
Get it. He's very gentle.
here.
He eats like a girl.
Let's fix that apple up. Now this is why I incessantly carry knives. And I'm gonna make quick work of this apple. He'll probably even eat the core. He's not too particular when it comes to apples.
Yeah, don't feed him the core if you don't have to.
Well, don't.
Good.
It's up to you to feed him. You feed him.
Okay.
You want me to feed him?
Sure, you can feed him.
Feed him a couple.
For lovey-dovey.
For all my gun friends out there, today I'm wearing a custom Lone Wolf Glock 10mm. I call it my shorty. It's got a gray, hard finish on it, super hard finish. And it's got the grip reduction that Robar did. And it's heavily stippled. It's in 10mm. I've got it loaded with double tap, 200 grain hard cast solids for penetration. You never know on a ranch when a gun's going to be needed. Like normal, it's never needed. Until you need it, then you need it very badly. So, I'm never, as most of you know, I'm never unarmed, and I don't leave my door on this ranch without being armed.
Spray you with fly spray.
Yes. Are those delicious? Are those delicious? Yes. Oh, what a treat, huh? What a treat.
There, now you're fly free. It won't bother you.
Yes. Yes, sir. Oh. Wow. I think apples are his favorite, followed shortly by carrots. When I got my horse Wyatt, he'd been out on the range and hadn't had a lot of, I would call loving attention like I gave him. And he really didn't even know what an apple or a carrot was. I had to teach him to eat those. So, Socks, he's getting older now. We call him our old man. Actually, my wife's looking for a new show horse right now. But he gets loving attention all the time, don't you, big boy? Huh? Don't you? Yes. So what I do, when I go to the store, I buy extra carrots or apples. Or if the carrots and apples in the refrigerator look to be a little old to me, I snag them and feed them to the horses. Really, really a joy and a blessing to be able to look out under this landscape all the time. Now, it's green right now, which is unusual in California. You know, the drought is starting to lift here. We've been under a massive drought for years here. I mean, 2 years ago in the summer, it was 116 one day, and I watched the leaves on my oak trees turn brown and fall off. Scared the crap out of me. I thought I was going to lose all my oak trees. And we almost lost a horse that day. One of my favorite boarders here, her fabulously expensive horse. I looked at him, he was laying down. This horse never lays down. I looked at him and I said, nah, that horse doesn't look right. I made him get up. And I had to urge him quite a bit to get up. And he got up and then he showed me all of his teeth, which he never does. Pulls his lips back and I said, nah, there's something wrong with that horse. So I immediately called the owner. We got him to the vet. He was so dehydrated that they said if he'd gone another 3 hours, curtains. So I watch after these horses like every one of them's my own. When I go around in my normal routine, I'm looking at their general well-being and appearance and their demeanor and stuff. I see what's normal, what's not, and then I'm looking for wounds and cuts and injuries and stuff like that so we can stay on top of it. You know, in Yellowstone, the TV show, one of the main characters says, you know, a horse doesn't eat unless you feed him. He doesn't drink unless you give him water. And that horse is entirely dependent on our care. I didn't think I'd ever get in a business like this because my family were dairy farmers in Minnesota, amongst other things. I come from a long line of farmers on my dad's side. And there's no one that works harder than a farmer. And one thing that I never enjoyed about the dairy business is those cows have to be milked twice a day. I mean, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I mean, every day of the week, every holiday, there's no exceptions. Those cows have to be milked. It's the same thing with a horse ranch. Every single day, these horses have to be fed, watered, their corrals are mucked out, all the manure removed, shavings put in, new sand, whatever. And this is my favorite here. Her name is Madison, and she's a good girl. Hi, Madison, lovey. Hi. Hello. Hello, lovey. I opened up this backside of the ranch on these edges so that we can make a longer trail for boarders to ride around. There is good trails nearby, but the roadside to walk your horse down is in my opinion, pretty perilous. We've got a lot of people speeding on this road. I've had 3 people come off the road, crash through my fence, do a lot of damage in 1 year. They've lost it in 1 year. So there's gonna be big shit with the county about that soon, because I'm tired of repairing fences and stopping cars and trucks with my trees. I got a lot of crap from the county when I put this fence in, and so far it's saved 2 lives. So I think I should get an award. I put in really nice fences and gates here when I bought this place at considerable expense, but I don't want horses getting out on that road. Now, it's very seldom a horse gets loose here, and they seldom run that way. But out of an abundance of caution, I put in this horse-proof fence, and I sleep better and feel better about it. I'm in my new reconditioned golf cart. This was my birthday present this year from my wife. We had one golf cart. She was tired of me always using hers, so she brought me this as a birthday present. Ha ha! But I'm really enjoying the heck out of it. All right, I'm going to show you what I do every Saturday for a couple hours. And since this virus has been besieging us, and we've been doing all this social distancing, you know, we've had Cold Steel closed for the most part for almost 2 weeks now, and we'll be running it with a very skeleton crew, so you can still order, but your orders might be a little slow getting out because we're keeping all the social distancing and the deep cleaning and the masks and the gloves, you know, the whole protocol. But I'm not there as much as normal, so, and I'm not training with my training partners right now because it's all, you know, pretty close contact stuff, you know, knife fighting, sword fighting, grappling, kickboxing, boxe français, Thai boxing, Filipino martial arts. All the stuff that I do is all pretty close contact. So I'm trying to stay as much as I can 10 feet away from everybody. So I decided, and I encourage you to do this as well, is to find a space and work out outside. So what I've been doing is working footwork drills and throwing my spear and shooting my bow, shooting my air guns, and working on that part of my skill set. So I'm just going to show you some of my routine.